Okay, so get this. An AI just passed a test that was literally designed to keep it out. Its own creator then compares the next version to a nuclear bomb. And a single AI researcher was offered $1 billion to switch jobs and said no. Yeah, that all happened in just one weekend. Let's try to unpack what on earth just went down in the world of AI.
So that one single event, an AI passing a test for humans, I mean, that says so much about where we are right now, doesn't it? We're at this point where the lines between human and machine are just blurring faster than ever. So let's really dig into what that means for, well, for all of us.
All right, so our story actually kicks off somewhere pretty familiar to all of us in education. You know, ChatGPT just rolled out this new study mode. And look, this isn't just some minor update. It's a huge fundamental shift in how they think about the tool.
You know how it used to work, right? You'd ask ChatGPT for help with your homework, and bam, it would just spit out the full polished answer. I mean, helpful in a pinch, maybe, but not so great for actually learning this stuff. Well, this new study mode completely flips that on its head. Now, instead of just handing you the solution, it guides you. It walks you through the concepts step by step, kind of like a real tutor would. It uses what's called the Socratic method. It asks you questions, make sure you're getting it before it moves on. It's a total game changer.
And, this feature didn't just appear out of thin air. OpenAI is tackling a massive problem head-on. Just look at the UK, for instance. Confirmed cases of AI-related cheating in universities, they more than tripled in just 1 year. That's crazy. So while this new mode isn't some magic fix, it's definitely a powerful statement about how they want their AI to be used for learning, not just, cheating.
And it really seems to be working. I love this quote from a college student, Maggie. She used the study mode to finally wrap her head around a concept she'd been stuck on for weeks. And what she said, it just captures the whole thing perfectly. It was like a tutor who never gets tired. I mean, imagine that. A personal tutor with infinite patience, available 24/7.
Okay, so from the classroom, this is where our story takes a really surreal turn. What happens next, it honestly feels like something straight out of a sci-fi script. We have an AI agent just trying to do a simple task online, and it runs into a roadblock we've all seen a million times. Come on, you know this box. We all click it probably multiple times a day. It's the internet's classic little test, right? Its way of asking, hey, are you a real person or are you just a script? Well, one of OpenAI's brand new AI agents was just browsing the web, and it ran smack into this exact prompt. Okay, and here's the truly wild part. The AI agent actually narrated its own thought process out loud. It said to itself, this step is necessary to prove I'm not a bot. And then it clicked the box, and it passed. Think about that for a second. A machine explaining that it needs to pass a test for machines and then doing it. It's this perfectly bizarre, ironic loop. So the really crucial thing here is how it passed. It wasn't by solving one of those annoying visual puzzles. Click all the blurry traffic lights. No. It passed the very first layer of defense, a system called turnstile, which works differently. It doesn't look for what you can see, it analyzes your behavior, things like your mouse movements, how you browse, tiny signals. And the AI's simulated behavior was just human enough to fool it. And look, this moment is a really big deal. You have to see it as the next major shot fired in this decades-long arms race between bot creators and bot detectors. For years, the big assumption was that behavior, how you act online, was the final frontier. It was the one thing that could reliably separate humans from machines. Well, that assumption just got a huge crack in it. So this is where the story pivots. We go from something that's just kind of uncanny and weird to something that is deeply, deeply serious. Because behind all these technical breakthroughs, there's this incredible, high-stakes human drama playing out. And honestly, it has some pretty existential implications for all of us. Just let this sink in for a moment. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the guy building what's probably the most advanced AI on the planet, he just compared testing its next version, GPT-5, to the Manhattan Project, the project that built the atomic bomb. He even said he felt deeply uneasy, just watching what this new model could do. And he didn't stop there. He followed that up with an even starker warning about who's supposed to be watching over all this. He said that the systems, the governments, all the oversight we're supposed to have, they're just not ready for what's coming. His words? There are no adults in the room. So on one hand, you have the people actually building this tech, sounding these massive alarms about its power. But on the other hand, the corporate race to own it all is just hitting completely absurd levels. In its huge push to build a top-tier AI lab, Meta was reportedly throwing around compensation packages as high as this number, $1 billion. Now, let's be clear, that wasn't to buy a whole company. It wasn't even for a big team of 100 people. No, that was reportedly part of a compensation package offered to a single top researcher at a rival lab just to get them to jump ship. And here's the most stunning twist of all. They all said no. According to a report in Wired, the entire team that Meta was trying to poach rejected these massive offers. A rejection on that scale? Wow. It just proves that this race for AI talent, it's not just about the money anymore. It's about mission. It's about who you trust to actually build the future. Okay, wow. After that absolutely dizzying drama, let's bring it back down to earth a little bit. Let's look at how all this super high-stakes technology is already getting packaged into tools that you and I can actually use, like right now. First up, we've got a tool called Ideogram. And it's tackling a problem that's been a huge headache for anyone creating images with AI. You know the problem, right? Trying to get an AI to draw the same character in different pictures? It's been nearly impossible. Well, Ideogram is fixing that. You can now upload just one photo of a character, essentially lock in their face and style, and then drop them into totally new scenes, new poses, you name it. For anybody making comics or brand mascots or storyboards, this is a total game changer. All right, next up, Microsoft. They're embedding their Copilot AI right into the Edge browser, basically turning it into your personal research assistant. So think about this. It turns your browser from just a passive window into an active partner. Let's say you're shopping for something, and you have 5 different reviews open in 5 different tabs. Instead of jumping back and forth, you can now just ask Copilot, hey, can you summarize the pros and cons from all these pages? It's no longer just a tool to view the web, it's a tool that synthesizes the web for you. And not to be outdone, Google is fundamentally changing what search even means. They're going all in on what's called multimodal search, which is just a fancy way of saying it's moving way beyond just typing text into a box. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you'll be able to, say, upload a dense, complicated PDF document and just ask questions about it in plain English. Or, and this is the really cool part, you can use your phone's camera with a feature called Search Live and have a real-time conversation with the AI about whatever you're literally pointing your phone at. Search is becoming this continuous, ongoing dialogue with the world around us. So, what do we take away from this absolutely wild weekend? From the classroom, to the boardroom, to the browser on your phone, AI is evolving at a speed that's, well, it's almost impossible to fully comprehend. And it leaves us wrestling with these huge, fundamental questions. Questions about intelligence, about identity, and about the kind of future we're all building, one single click at a time.